Hey everybody, it is Dylan from the Hoops Jitsu channel, and obviously you'll notice that we've changed the name of the channel because I had to sit down with my brother, who is also my editor, and we decided that we wanted to kind of change up what we were going to do with this channel. We decided that we wanted to make it more commentary based instead of more of a gameplay based thing. As you can see, we are still going to be doing Minecraft, but it's just because I wanted to add something for you guys to watch while I was talking. So for now, it's just going to be like a creative world that I'm working on. It's just going to be building. Just something for you guys to watch. You don't have to. You can just set your phone down or just not look at your computer or whatever you're watching on. I just wanted there to be something on screen. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We changed the name to Hoops Jitsu. Hoops for basketball. My brother plays basketball and he's really into the sport. He knows a lot about what's going on. Where I, on the other hand, am pretty much all I know about is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or just Jiu-Jitsu, however you want to call it. So we're going to start commentary videos on it. Today we have a video topic. I'll get into it. I just wanted to put this little disclaimer ahead. We did change the channel. This is going to be a change in content. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about, it's going to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu topic because I'm going to be the one talking about it. That's how you know. Unless we're both in the video at the same time, I'm going to be the one who's going to be covering Jiu-Jitsu. Typically he's going to be the one covering basketball because those are our individual domains of expertise. So, the topic of today's video is going to be how to prepare for a competition, a local competition, nothing like Worlds obviously, but a local competition, probably your first competition. So your local Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition, how to prepare for your first competition. So, I have a couple things written down here, a couple just bullet points that I thought, just because I've competed a lot, I'm obviously, not like a high level guy, but you do enough competitions and you notice certain patterns, certain things that, all your beginner teammates, things that you wish that you had known when you started, and when you tell them they have more success than you believe if they had not done the things you had told them they would not. So let's start out. We're going to do, my first note is to roll every single round, okay? If you have a competition coming up in 1 month, it's a big competition of your gym, it's a local comp, but everybody does it at your gym, it's like a tradition, whatever. You need to be rolling every single round. You should not be sitting out rounds, especially if you're not doing outside conditioning. Now, I'm not going to say that outside conditioning is necessary, especially for a local tournament, but I would say that it will help you tremendously. Okay, along with rolling every single round, you should also train at competition intensity. This is so key, especially if you've never competed before, especially even at white belt, I would say. The intensity of those matches is nothing like how training in your gym is like. Nothing. Even if you think you train hard, it's nothing like how the nerves and the adrenaline that somebody will get from competition, the strength that they'll come at you with is just, it's levels ahead of what's going to be at your gym. You're going to get tired, they're going to get tired. It's just extremely taxing, and especially because a big part of competing is waiting around. I'm going to say that one more time because I think it's important. A big part of competing is waiting around. Some tournaments like BJJ, they'll call you to weigh in and then you go straight to your mat. But we have a local competition here in the Pacific Northwest called the Revolution. It's a great tournament run by great people, and honestly, it's one of my favorite tournaments to compete at. But just because it's a big tournament, there's a lot of waiting. You have to wait for your bracket to happen, but you have to give yourself enough time to warm up. You have to give yourself enough time in between your brackets. Like do you want to sign up for Absolute before your nogi? Yes, you have to make sure that you have everything timed out. You have to make sure that you stay warm consistently leading up to your bracket, because you can warm up and then, hey, 20, 30 minutes pass by, your bracket still hasn't gotten called. What do you do now? Okay, so far, roll every round, roll at competition intensity, and be prepared to wait. I say bring snacks. Obviously, make sure if you're close to your weight, you shouldn't be eating. If you're really close, you shouldn't even be drinking water or anything. I would also say that if you're not sure if you're going to be able to make the weight cut, go up, okay? Because it's not fair to your opponents if you come in overweight. Some tournaments have it so that you just forfeit, and then you get like almost a consolation match, like the loser's bracket match. Some tournaments you just automatically, you don't get to compete at all, which, to be honest, yeah, if you come in overweight, you shouldn't get to compete. If you are not confident, or you feel like you're not going to be able to compete your best if you train yourself for a weight cut, go up. It's not fair to your opponents if you come in overweight, and it's not fair for your gym. you know, because they believe in you and they believe that you can make the weight. Just move up, okay? All right, thirdly, or fourthly, or whatever point we're at, I would say you have to have at least, again, we're talking about for beginners here, you have to have at least one submission and one sweep or pass for every position in jiu-jitsu. So if you're mounting somebody, you should have, you know, let's just say the armbar. Okay, there's your one submission. If you're working from close guard, you obviously can't submit if you're in someone's close guard. Have a pass. Okay, if you're working from bottom side, or bottom side, work on getting your guard back. You know, just have something that you know how to do from every position. If you're at an attacking position, like I said, top mount, go for the armbar. If you're on somebody's back, go for the rear naked choke. If somebody has your back, have the escape ready. Just make sure you have something from each position. Okay, obviously, you know, in competition, things are going really fast. You'll end up in kind of like weird half positions. Even then, just drill a few techniques that you can do well, that you have, and that you can complete with confidence. And make sure you have those locked down. That is important. Because, like it or not, most people get nervous going into their tournament. Now, obviously, some people don't get nervous. You know, there's just a rare few people who the anxiety just rolls off of them, and good for them. But I will tell you, pretty much everybody I know who's ever competed, especially the first time, the nerves get to them. You know, because we may not be competing for a world title, but at the same time, it's still stressful because you have to go out there against someone who wants to win just as bad as you do, and you have to beat them. So just make sure you have a couple solid moves that you know how to do with confidence. I would say also, and I know I'm guilty of not having this, work on your takedowns. Have at least one takedown that you know how to do well. My takedown, or the guy who teaches our Nogi class, would say that you should have at least 3. 1 and 2 that you do all the time, that are your bread and butter, and then the third that, you know, it kind of changes over time, just something that you're working on. I think this is a great system to do, having 3 takedowns. Now, I personally have 1 takedown that's all right, and to be honest, I don't have many others because I'm a guard puller. But I'm working on them, and I think, to be honest, everybody who does jiu-jitsu should have at least 1 takedown that they are good with. If you don't have a good takedown, then you're limiting yourself, and you're always going to be on the back foot if your opponent does have good takedowns. Recently, I competed, and I was taken down quickly in a match, and I was on the back foot for the rest of that match. I ended up losing on points because I could not recover, after I was put on the back foot. So I think the importance of takedowns are super important, especially as a beginner, because if you can, and it may not be very spectator friendly, but as a white belt, you know, to be honest, you don't have many eyes on you, so I wouldn't worry about it, because these are the divisions, you know, white belt, blue belt, even purple belt, where you don't have many eyes on you, and you should be working on developing your game. So I would say get a takedown. Okay, takedowns are so key, especially in white belt divisions, beginner divisions, because that way you can stay on top of them and they're already on the back foot. Also, work on your mindset. Now, this is kind of it's more of an ambiguous, it's not like you can't just drill, you know, working on your mindset, but I'd say just think about what you're going to do. You know, visualize what you're going to do during the match. Visualize how it's going to go. If someone does this to you, what are you going to do? And what's your plan? Having a plan, for some people it works, some people it doesn't. I'd say, you know, just do what you feel comfortable with. If you just feel like having a plan, if you're one of those people who needs a plan and you really need to feel like you have everything planned out, do it. You know, but if you feel like you just need to psych yourself up, listen to music, you know, jump around, do what you got to do, psych yourself up. Because your first competition, for the most part, is always going to be nerve-wracking, and you just have to do what you have to do that gets you in the mood to compete. And also remember that, you know, we're not professional jiu-jitieros, you know, whatever it is. We're not doing this as professionals. We're doing this to have fun and because we enjoy the sport. So I'd say when you go out there as a beginner, just remember that you're doing this for fun, and that, you know, you shouldn't let the nerves get to you too much, because you signed up to have fun. You know, if you're not having fun, well, I can't really say that, but just remember that this is a sport that you enjoy and that you signed up to improve yourself and what you can get out of it. and I will be making this is the beginning of a series of videos. So I think I have a couple view ideas, but for the next video I think we'll do how to deal with loss, and then during that I'll say how to make extrapolations on your videos. I would recommend recording your matches, so that way even when you win you can see, you know, if they even got one thing on you, you can see, okay, how could I prevent that? How could I stop that from happening again? Alright guys, I think that's a good stopping point. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it helped you a little bit. I know it was kind of all over the place, but these are just general ideas that I've seen that have worked out for people who competed for the first time, and things I kind of wish I had implemented for the first time I competed. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope you stick around for this kind of new era on this channel, and I hope to provide better content for you all. And I hope to see you all again. Alright, peace out.